Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus year video game enthusiast and industry analyst. And today, for January 7th, 2026, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, etc., etc. Hope everyone's been having a good day. Hydrosity, Alcharms, I feel like I only need one or two Sonic stage musics to be the loading screen. Back when I started the Blue Gamer Bluecast in 2006 or 2007, I forgot what it was. I had I forget, it was a song. It was picking your character in Sonic Adventure. I forget if one or two as like the opening, or was it the ending? Anyway, I was always using Sonic music for all the stuff. Even like the Blue Gamer, the blue color of Sonic. I don't know. But Jonas, good to see. Good morning, everyone. I hope Gun and Breaker 4 is announced for the Microsoft consoles and PC and Epic Game Store this year. Yeah, so that's what's crazy. Is that it for Gun and Breaker 4? It kind of like died off with a whimper. I really feel like they should add some DLC from some recent things coming and put it on the Xbox Play Anywhere and Epic. But also for the Seed Destiny Battle Remastered that came out last year. That was only on Switch and PC. So curious if we're gonna see Xbox or PlayStation. If not, that's kind of crazy that Nintendo got a semi-exclusive, a console exclusive. It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's jump into what I've been playing. I got some news for you guys. I beat Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I got to the credits. Now there's more to do, but and I didn't do all. I mean, there was a time where I was going through and just doing tons of side missions. Hold on a second. There's a sneeze. Okay, got that out of the way. Yeah, so back to the main story missions themselves are pretty short, but like the side missions, and there's different types. There's a lot to that. And what was really cool, it all culminated yesterday perfectly. Not only did I hit level 50 right at the chapter 12, but then I also got, I forget which company it was, level 5 to unlock the level 50 skells. And so I was doing some missions before the last boss, and I was destroying because I bought a skell I bought like four or five different ones to outfit a whole team, and it's funny how you can just go out and destroy. It's like the video Autonomous that you sent me that one time, showing your skills driving into a Titan, just destroying it. I mean, like, I will say the last boss though, it's interesting in a game like this because it's not a real action game. That there's elements of, the randomness, the RNG. There's elements of how you're like. So when I was fighting the last boss, I died at his last phase, and then when I came back, it luckily starts you at the last phase. But then, what was it? It was like where either no, it was really easy at first, and then all of a sudden, like I'm dead, and I'm like, what? But then my one of the characters brought me back to life, and then we killed him. And so it's like random when a character has the ability to, like, at that moment, if they have the ability to raise you or not, or help you up or not. So yeah, it's very interesting. But it reminds me of when I was playing Yakuza, because I was at a part in Yakuza where you just had to, for the last boss, you just had to like play through over and over all these guys, and it's the same type of thing, because it's cooldown and turn based. It's not really real time. It's based on numbers, and so I just remember kind of being bored of that. So I'm glad I got the last boss out of the way, because my fun with Xenoblade Chronicles is the exploration. I don't mind the combat, but boss battles that are just kind of prolonged, and you're doing cooldown stuff. That's not that fun to me. But that's why I really like Dark Souls games. I love bosses. So that's what's interesting about a Souls game. Like, I love the bosses. And what was another game I was playing recently that had good bosses? Oh, I might have been thinking Metroid Prime 4, where it seems like that's what they were trying to go for, and it didn't work, which is interesting. No, there was another game I was just playing. Actually, I'm right here. I have okay. What was a boss in a game that I was playing recently, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good design." Well, Terminator 2D No Fate. That was pretty good. I don't know, guys, it seems so crazy for how long I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I barely remember the end of last year. Like, the new year went by like a blur because I was playing so much Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's crazy. Hey, Jim Killux, good to see you. The Ares 90 is the toppest tier skill that takes time to build, but once you do many things, just get nuked instantly. So this is my plan. I finished Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm going to go ahead and just start Xenoblade Chronicles. And then as I go, and for all the games, I'm just going to go through, beat them at my leisure, but then always have them available to go back into the worlds. And because, you know, this is going to sound bad. I just remember when I was younger and dating, and I'd have a girlfriend, and then like I'd feel bad because I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bored of her. I feel bad though; she's really cool, but not like in a bad way, more a kid way, or teenager. And sometimes that happens with video games. Like I'll like a video game, and after 12 hours, maybe 20 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I'm just shocked with Xenoblade Chronicles X that I've gone 65 hours, and it's like I don't feel that feeling, but I'm afraid it's almost there. So I almost feel like this is the perfect time to, okay, I'm going to just move on to another game for a little bit. And the other thing is the game might be so much similar to the first one, which I actually have right here. Am I going to pop it in later today? I don't know. After work, maybe I will sit on the couch, do it that way. But it's rare sometimes to play a game and really feel like Elden Ring was another one that I played a whole ton of. Souls games have the most difficult bosses ever, especially Fenris. Yeah. But see, that's what I like about Souls games is because they're difficult until you've mastered it, and then you become a master, and then they're easy. And it sounds crazy, but that's why I like the design of games like that. It's a lot like real life where there's something you want to overcome and it's hard and it's difficult. But if you repeat that process over and over of what you're trying to achieve, it will mentally click and be like, oh, I know what's going to happen when and how to do this. And it's gotten to a point where I remember I would play through Dark Souls and just, it, before where I would spend so much time in one area and save. And there's times where I'd pick up Dark Souls and just run through a whole bunch of bosses real quick. And, but that was when I was playing over and over all the time. I love Souls games. And that's the thing. Xenoblade has a little bit of that Soulsness in it. So, you know what? There is something I want to check out. I love going to this gg.deals to look at, sales on games, but I also like to use it to see what's coming out. I haven't bothered really looking at what's upcoming. One thing's for sure, that Dragon Quest demo, I've got that downloading. It should be done, and I might check that out here in a second. Was there another thing? But yeah, we'll go down here. See, when I see something like this, now I'm thinking, oh, JRPG. In terms of, is it going to have the things? And I think it's mainly open world. If there's an open world, I will deal with the JRPG-ness. Explore detailed locations. We'll see. I mean, I could probably do a little more research on that because there's other games. There's even like Tales of Arise that I've had and I haven't played it. But anyway, we were going to look at what's coming out here soon. Earth of Orin, that's pretty cool. Early access, sorry, not gonna. Blightstone. Lort, that's a name. Oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate Xbox and PC from 38. Okay, the reason this is a pretty big deal is It's Xbox and PC. I love it. So this is exactly what I would want to grab. But here's the other thing I'm confused about is Intergrade one of the remakes, right? Or is it the first one with everything? I think that's why I haven't started. Well, I played the demo of one of them and it was great. Okay. Oh, this is. Oh, yeah. This must be. I don't know. I'm going to look this up real quick. Okay. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the old one, but with the added stuff. I don't know if it's both of them. Remake and. No, see, it's not because they are separate. Okay. So. Integrated is the DLC between remake and rebirth. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to check that out later. But anyway, I was playing one of the demos on PlayStation, and I liked the action in it. I really did. Although I feel like I really should play the original Final Fantasy VII because the point is what that was doing at the time. I tried with Chrono Trigger. Remember, I can get back into that. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, yeah, that's the 22nd. High Guard. Guys, we haven't heard much about High Guard after nothing at all after that reveal at the Game Awards, and people were kind of trashing it, and I get it. Let's go to the discussions here. 25 days launch. Guys, you have to say something. This is a message to the devs. You guys have got to get active. If you're canceling the game, that's fine. If you want to delay it, that's fine. If you're going to actually launch this game, you have to start talking. This game is 3 weeks away. If the trailer goes off in the middle of the awards, no one cares, but your game got blasted. Yes, that sucks. You've got to get a plan. Wow, this guy is very interesting. I'm curious to see what happens with the High Guard, but it's just a lot of times I can. Not that I know, but no, a game will get announced and then people be excited. I'm like, but this game isn't like that FBC FCB Firebreak. I remember it's like, wow, a Remedy live service multiplayer game. And it's like, that's cool, but do people actually need this right now? And, the answer was no. Wouldn't Titanfall 3 be a better game than this? Yeah, you get some of those original developers. Shouldn't that be what was made? That's actually very funny. It makes sense. I think right now a Western developed, and Western, I mean, from this sort of group of developers, a mecha online multiplayer game. Make it like Call of Duty, but just add the mecha. So with the first-person shooter multiplayer games out there, there's not something interesting going on, and I think that's where the mecha can come in, going in and out. I think there's time for that. I mean, I think this is the time for that. Titanfall 3 is going to Series X to PS5. I don't even think I think they canceled what they were going to do with Titanfall, but now that EA has the new owners and they've gone private, I could see a Titanfall 3 happening. Mecha Online Multiplayer, isn't that Mecha Break or is that dead already? Yeah, Mecha Break, and that's the problem, because all Mecha Break really is just a fast-paced twitch shooting action game. Yeah, it looks like Mecha, but this is the problem, I think, with Mecha in general. Like, for some reason, it's not in the West. Why? I think people get confused with Transformers, talking robots, and then people piloting things. Because if you have people piloting things, it's more about the people than it is the things they're piloting, even though we want the things they're piloting to be the center of it. When you get to the video games, for me, it's like when I was playing, Rise from the Ashes, or back on like 32X, it was like T-Mech. T-M-E-K. Let me look that up. And it was slow moving. It's like, oh, I'm in a mech. I'm in a robot. It's the deliberateness about being a mech, not, oh, it looks like a flesh. So like Armored Core, Mecha Break. These are like just fast-paced action games that shoot. And it's like, yeah, they look like mechs, but it doesn't feel like a mech. And that's what I'm getting at. A close one was from years ago, actually. Now, it's crazy to think that was a long time ago, but it wasn't. Dreadnought. So first let's look at T-Mech, and then so Dreadnought, and I loved it. It didn't survive long, but because it was completely live serviced. Like, you have to have semblance of some sort of like core game in there. Is this just action? Anyway, it was just very slow moving ships. You had collections of ships that you go out, and it was just multiplayer, and you'd go out and battle. But it was slow. You had to think about it. It really felt like being in a ship. Let's see. T-Mech. Oh, that's cool. This guy's got controls. But yeah, the joysticks. So that's another example of making it feel like you're a mech, not just some Twitch, whatever. So they War Robots was pretty close. War Robots was actually pretty good. I would say War Robots nailed it. It's just that was also very much just a live service game and not a experience. And it doesn't have to be single player. It's just that you're just on a map and shooting people. There's no like, oh, I'm experimenting with and exploring the space with my mech, running around what it feels like being in a mech. I tell you, I really want to get a mech. Let's see. Jim Killix, I love the Trails franchise, but it may not be to your speed because lots of yapping, along with the nature of the franchise having arcs that span multiple games. Okay, yeah. So I think you get me, right? Like, I don't mind there being a story, but it's like I think Xenoblade was the extreme that I am willing to sit through. I didn't start skipping stories until later in the game, and that was side quests. So, and you know what I kind of like the story of Xenoblade. The story of Xenoblade Chronicles X specifically is very much like a modern hard sci-fi that just has that anime layer over it. So you don't really, because the ending stuff that they were revealing, it's like, wow, that's interesting. Whoa, that happened. Whoa, that's interesting. Just from a sci-fi perspective. And a lot of it reminded me of Halo too. A lot of the story was like Halo. This is like a clone of Xenoblade, and hopefully it gets better as it goes. What is like a clone of Xenoblade? I don't think it's this one. Or whatever I've been talking about. I've been going off on... Let's back up here. What was the other... Yeah, we were looking at coming out. So, Dispatch on Switch. That's pretty cool. Not that I would play that, but Vampires Bloodlord Rising? What is that? Is it made by the same developers? No, this just looks like some other... It could be cool. Open world base building. That's interesting. Why there's multiple open world base building vampire games? That seems pretty odd. Okay, now we're getting into February. So, oh my gosh, Neo is in February. Neo 3. And then Menace, turn-based tactics. Okay, I can move on. Looks cool, though. Here's what I want to do now. Let's see if I can get this to work. Hold on. Vampires looks like Castlevania in 3D, and that's what they need to do. I can't wait to see what Konami has in store. All right. We are going to go. Yes, we're going to close Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh my gosh. Nah, but we'll check out this Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I'm really excited, and this is just the demo. Comes out beginning of February. I'm really excited just to see how I feel when I'm like, am I going to have to, is there going to be so much intro story that there's no gameplay and we're not going to see any? Or am I going to get into gameplay and I'm going to be out in the world? Or because it's a demo, should I just skip it all? I'm intrigued by the graphics, I'll say that. They almost make that look like a tabletop. Very cool. This will be the first Dragon Quest game that I remember playing in terms of back on, I don't know, Game Boy, Nintendo Super. There was always a series of those games I would jump into, and that's how I knew like the types of games I liked or not. Oh, see, that looks cool. Like if you're playing and it looks like that, let's just skip. Venture forth. This is proper classic turn-based. Okay, and I might like that if I like the world I'm in. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know I like to invert. Thank you. And then I think that's all good. Okay. Thank you.
We all set?
Oh.
Aye,
Wow. I'm looking at the game art thing. That's interesting to invest in the games that have multiple, or like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 are supposed to connect, so that will be interesting.
right. That's enough for one day. Time for me to head back to the castle.
All right.
So that's how it's going to be, is it? You're still not going to tell me what you're up to? Well, I don't care anyway.
Okay. Again, I don't mean to skip, but I do. Okay, use this to walk around. Hold ZR while moving and you'll dash. Okay. A to interact. Open the menu. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I love the way this looks. It's like, my thought is, a Zelda game. And I know this isn't exactly that, but... that's what it... Oh, well, that's what it showed me before I skipped. Oh, the animation. Oh, and the camera? Nice. And it's not like you can move it anywhere. It seems to stop. Oh, now it does. Okay, it's maybe in the dungeon. Wow. Okay, so up and down is limited, but that's fine. I like that it keeps it at this. Look. Okay, now it did have this thing here, so... Oh. Okay. No. Oh, here we go. All right. That adds to it, but will I look different? No. Okay. That's fine. Okay, there's a cat. You can face the cat and it meows at you. Okay, now I'm petting. Oh, I see something up here. Nice, gold coins. All right. I could check, I guess, the houses if I can go in them, but I'll kind of just get going out into the world. If what? You can't tell me what to do. How about this? How about I go to sleep? Okay. Okay.
Wakey, wakey, young man.
Thank you. All right, let's... Oh, you're going to make me eat? Okay. Now, just... Oh, there's a dude there. Okay, that doesn't matter. If I am to really play this game, I am going to really take in the story. But what I really like to do to really find out if I want to play the game is kind of get into the gameplay aspect of it to see... Yeah, cool. All right.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, all right. Fine. This is reminding me of Chrono Trigger. It's like I'm going to explore. Is that? Oh, that's the cat. Okay. Going to explore. It's telling me where I can and can't go. Come on.
I respect your...
Oh. There's a chest there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so you could, essentially go through, talk to everybody. Oh, look in drawers. Okay, I'm back.
No.
It's hard to be sold on a demo like this unless we're getting to something. Yes, I am there. Everyone's like, "Oh, Adam, there you are." Okay, you can help me pressing B. Also, funny little thoughts. Helping you out. Okay. Oh, okay. I like that way of storytelling and all that. Cool. Look, she's doing the ninja run. Finally, no one's stopping me. Where's my objective? If you get lost or forget where you're going, don't worry. Just look for the orange symbol on your map. Any person or place marked with this icon is worth interacting with. You'll also find a mini-map in the bottom left corner of the screen, which is sure to come in handy on your travels if you want to look at the big picture. Press Y to open up the map screen. While on the map screen, take a look at... Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So this is like where the world is... Okay. So nothing is to scale, but that is perfectly fine. Oh, this is neat. Yeah, I don't think it's... Oh, yeah. Okay. Can I jump down? I know I'm supposed to go there, but I just kind of want to move around a lot.
Oh.
So, I could tell this probably won't necessarily be as open world, but I almost feel like it's one of those cases where as the game opens up, it will then feel like that because there's so many places I could go back and forth to, so many people I can talk to. Yeah, this is... It just looks good. Like, it's almost just pleasing to play. See, if I was playing Link to the Past and it looked like this... Well, there's that guy from Shrek.
It must be my fault.
All right, I do have to go, but so here's the thing. A game like that, people know what they're getting into, right? When they're playing a game like that. For me, I guess it there's a lot of things that have to be in place. So if it's something that's very story heavy, there has to be an element of it that makes me interested to want to stick with it. If the gameplay is not there, sometimes the gameplay can be, so it's like one of those three things, right? You got gameplay, story, setting, or gameplay, dialogue, narrative, and story. I don't know. There's three aspects where you can have two of them, right? Kind of like that, fast, cheap, and good. Remember, that, like, where you can't have all three. You can only choose two. It's that sort of thing. But all right, well, that's about it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with some more. And maybe I've even started Xenoblade Chronicles 1 by then. So we'll see. So I'm going to head out. Have a good one. We'll talk later. See you.